The West got rich manufacturing on the basis of a manufacturing economy, making things. The West is now sustained by a finance economy, which makes a small number of people very rich and is hard to sustain at scale over time. So a lot of people in the West are getting a lot poorer really fast. You may have noticed it. So how do we respond to this? Well, in Canada, they may have found a solution to what to do with more widespread poverty. You just euthanize poor people. There's a remarkable new piece on this in The Spectator. The Spectator found that, quote, a woman in Ontario was forced into euthanasia because her housing benefits did not allow her to get better housing, which didn't aggravate her crippling allergies. So she was forced to kill herself. There are many other examples of this. This feels like a trend that could very easily come here. The right to die may be a right for the government and corporate interests, the health insurers, to kill you if you become inconvenient. Charles Camisey has thought a lot about this over a long time. He's the author of Losing Our Dignity, How Secularized Medicine is Undermining Fundamental Human Equality. He's also a professor at Creighton School of Medicine. He joins us tonight. Professor, thanks so much for coming on. I know that you were the first person we thought of when we saw this piece. Are we overstating what's happening here?
No, and first of all, thank you so much for covering it, Tucker, because it doesn't get a lot of coverage. And I think I have to wonder why. I mean, violence is something we hear covered ad nauseum. Everything today is violence, even things which obviously aren't violence.
Yes.
This is violence. This is medicalized violence. Why isn't this being covered? Why aren't we talking about it? Especially when it's poor people, especially when it's working class people who are structurally pushed into that. I think that's a question worth asking.
Well, sure, and there's this very difficult problem, which is what do you do when an economy based on finance starts to go south and average people, can't kind of sustain themselves? Do you do guaranteed basic income or whatever? This seems like an obvious choice for ghouls, neoliberal ghouls, like we'll just force poor people to kill themselves.
And how many times have we heard from Canada about their healthcare system, their social care system, talking down to us about so many things? And now it's come home to roost. Canada's policies are seen for what they are. And Canada has their own problems. We need to learn from this. We need to say,
right,
look, what's happening to our poor people, to our disabled people? The dementia population, Tucker, which we talked about the early part of the pandemic, is set to double in the next 20 years. It's going to triple in the next 30 years. What are we going to do? Are we going to put the resources in to care for them? If we don't, I really only see two options, so-called robot care or straight up no chaser euthanasia.
Yeah. So why don't politicians just say out loud now? I mean, so many things we're seeing now we couldn't have imagined 10 years ago, 5 years ago even, and now they're commonplace.
That's right.
Killing yourself is not liberation. It's really sad. You shouldn't be forced to do it. Like, why does nobody say that?
Well, your show is an example of giving people a voice who have no voice. The people who are most dramatically impacted by this, the working class and the poor, don't have a voice. And so we need to decide. And it's so interesting to see the political realignment underway. Which party is going to be the voice of the working class, the working, and of the poor, to be on the side of people who say, I don't want to die. I don't want to die, but I don't see any option given what's been offered me. That's just diabolical.
It is diabolical is the word for it. You've been writing about this for so long, and thank you for doing that. Professor, great to see you.
Thank you.
So the Republican Party, very frustrating if you have no options.